Alright guys, so here's the footage. The first two clips I have here is like I think really old. This was squats from a few weeks ago. Kind of give you some baseline. I don't even really know what this was. But these are a little bit shallow, or yeah, a little bit shallow here, and we've been working on her depth quite a bit, and she's been a lot more consistent with that since I've been getting on her. And I think this is just 135 for like 5, but you definitely see it's not that difficult for her, so she can definitely go lower. So this was actually her first day attempting to deadlift, and we started off doing conventional. You can definitely tell that she's strong enough, just like brute strong enough to pull, but she has, I mentioned this in the article, a hard time having like hip awareness, and you see that she has a lot of plantar flexion there, and she's just kind of pulling a lot of lumbar flexion. So the next time we deadlift, I decided to switch it up to sumos, since she'll have a lot more hip awareness there. She'll be able to keep a neutral spine, and you'll see here that first rep did not look pretty at all. But these weights are flying up. I think I started her off at 95 pounds and just kind of added 10 pounds until I felt it was uncomfortable. Never really reached that level, and I just kind of stopped because of sheer volume. But you see, as she's pulling in the set, each rep kind of looks a little bit better. And you'll see some little things. I'm sure in the next few weeks are just kind of funny. She's not the most serious lifter, which kind of gets to me sometimes, but she's fun to be around, so it's really cool. And like I said in the intro, she's definitely not competing for anything. She's just training for fun. She just happens to be really talented, so it's fun to train her. This was, I think this is 155 for 3 here, and again, you see it just kind of flies up, but again, adding 10 pounds, this looks more smooth than the previous set at 145, and again, this being her first time pulling, we're really just kind of thinking about some of the cues of a big cue for her is making sure she can see whatever the logo is on her t-shirt, because she does tend to have a rounded over kind of kyphotic posture, and then I want to make sure she's not yanking the bar, but she's pulling the slack out of it. And kind of next week I want to work on probably her hips being a little bit higher, because I noticed in these second 2 reps it's actually a little bit easier, because again she tries to almost like squat the weight up as opposed to pull it. So again, 165 for a triple on her first day pulling sumo is really good, and I can't really wait to see what she's doing next week. So this was her upper body day. Like I said in the intro, she's training about 3 times a week right now. Pretty much it's 2 lower body days, 1 upper body day, just kind of split in half that way. And she's actually not just, women tend to be relatively stronger with their lower bodies, at least closer to males, in my experience anyways. You're not really seeing males rep out like 135 on the bench press, but you'll see them, squat 225. So females can typically keep up a little bit more with lower body lifts, but she's actually pretty damn strong too in the upper lifts. This is 90 pounds. I think her previous best was 85 the week before. Form on bench press is not ideal. I'm trying to preach to her a little bit more about hip drive. You see that her legs are pretty much dead in these lifts. But kind of talking, I think I said this in the intro, hopefully the correct one that I uploaded. She kind of has like a natural instinct how to lift. And what I mean by that is she kind of knows like when to pause, the tempo which to lift at, and all of those things. She just has to become a little more experienced with it. And in kind of her defense, we don't really focus on upper body lifts nearly as much as the squat and the deadlift. So she'll probably forever be more proficient at those lifts just because we spend more time doing them. But 90 pounds for this was a legit 4, and I kind of helped her out here in the last one. So definitely something she needs to work on. But you see this in a lot of beginners right there, is that kind of foot twitch. You'll see that with people that train for a while. They don't know how to stay disciplined and really push through those last reps. So that's something she has to work on. It's just kind of having some fun. Her lower body, which most people don't really recognize as being important during the bench press, but really is being tight, having hip drive, and trusting yourself. It's something I preach with all my clients, trusting that you can actually hit the lift with proper form. So this actually wasn't part of our training day. So this was actually her 4th workout of the week, I believe. So she said she wanted to squat with me, and I was squatting on like a Wednesday. I think this was Wednesday. You'll probably see this footage for me as well. So I was like, hell yeah, you can come squat with me. And I didn't really like coach her or anything. I gave her a little feedback and whatnot, but I was kind of doing my own thing. Probably not the nicest thing to do. But anyways, this was a PR for her, and these squats are looking a lot better. She definitely was taking this training session a little more seriously. You see that she has like an awesome 3-step walkout that she really wasn't doing for a long time. And it was mostly because the weights weren't challenging enough. She kind of was like laughing with 95 pounds on her back. So once she gets around like body weight-ish, again, for a female to be squatting that for reps is awesome. Once she gets around that, she kind of gets a little more serious and understands that, you know, she probably shouldn't be laughing too much with 155 pounds on her back. So again, these are a little shallow here, but it's really impressive to see her concentrate a lot more on the walkout. Again, I would like her not to like mess with her hands there. Little kind of details, but for the most part, she's really good, has awesome ankle flexibility, and we'll work on the depth here, but maybe like a 200-pound squat is not out of the picture. No idea what she's really potentially going to do with deadlift, but thank you guys for watching this video. Again, like I said in the intro, if you have any feedback for me, let me know. Yeah, thanks guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Give it a thumbs up for Brooke, please, and I'll see you guys in a little